Good morning. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I just wanted to hop on here real quick because I was having a discussion with a customer the other day about eye primer. And so I wanted to explain. I'm going to put some little shields under my eyes. I've done the rest of my my face makeup, and I don't want to mess that up. So I'm going to put these shields on to catch the fallout from the eyeshadow. So first thing I want to talk about with eye primer is how it neutralizes or evens out the skin tone on your eyes. And if you're watching, please say hi. And if you're catching the replay, put a 2 in the comments. This is going to be really fast, y'all. Okay, so do you see how my eyelids right now, you can see like the veining, right? You can see the discoloration and the veining in my eyes, on my eyelids, right? Okay, so we're gonna put the eye primer on the right side and we're not gonna do it on the left side, okay? So this is what the Pharmacy eye primer looks like. It comes in this little pod, and I take a Q-tip and I just dig a little bit goes a long way. I take a little bit out, put it on the tip of my finger and rub it together. The warmth from your finger is going to help melt it up. Now, if you get this little pod and it seems a little dry, you can take your finger and rub it around in there to also warm up the product. Or if you want to grab it with your finger, you can. I just don't like getting it underneath my fingernails. And so that is why I dig it out with a Q-tip. So we're just tapping this in. We're not pulling or tugging the skin. We are lightly tapping it in. You don't want to tug or pull the skin around your eyes because then you're going to create extra wrinkles. All right, so we're tapping it in, making sure it's all melted into the skin. So the goal is that you really don't even want to hardly see it, okay? Although it does provide a nice shade for some people. I've seen some people use it as a creamy eyeshadow, so you can totally do that. So do you already see the difference between the right side and the left side? See how evened out this is? And you can still see my skin, my veining. All right, now I'm gonna take a translucent powder. You can use a translucent powder, or you can use like a vanilla colored eyeshadow. And I am just lightly tapping, or you can lightly dust this transparent powder or your vanilla shade of eyeshadow to set it. The reason that you want to set it is so that your eyeshadows will glide smoothly across your eyelid. If you don't set it, you're going to get like your blend is going to not be easily blended out, okay? So I'm going to use the Mirage eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to use probably these 2 colors. We're going to make it super simple, super easy. So let me just clean off my eyeshadow brush here. And I was trying to see if I took the film off of this mirror or am I just scratching the mirror? Okay. All right, so we're gonna take our lighter shade first, and we're gonna do the transition area, which is gonna be your crease or right above your crease if you have hooded eyes. Look straight ahead as you apply your transition shade so that you can see that you're bringing the color up high enough that with your eyes open, you are going to be able to see your eyeshadow. And I'm just doing small circles just to kind of blend it across the eyelid. Okay, so this is our transition shade, and it should be the lighter of the 2 shades if you're just using 2 shades, or if you're using 3 shades, you usually want it to be like in the middle. Okay, so there's that. Let's try this on the other side and see how it looks. It doesn't look nearly as good as the other side, correct? Would you agree? Put a thumbs up in the comments if you agree that the right side looks better. And I'll show you once I have everything done. I'll take the shields off and you'll be able to see it better too. I'm going to take the darker shade, and I think I'm just going to use my finger and just apply it right here to the outside corner, just to give the outside corner just a little bit of dimension. And then we're going to use a shimmer for the inner corner. So let me grab my Infinite palette, and I'm going to use the highlight shade. So the eye primer is going to even out and neutralize your skin tone on your eyelid. It's going to help the colors stand out, and it is going to help your eyeshadow last longer. So it's going to last all day throughout the day. So it has something to adhere to. So this one, I'm just taking a little bit of shimmer, and we're just going to pop that on the inner corner with my finger. Keeping it simple today. Hi, Lakin. Good morning. All right, doing the same thing on the other side. So my right side eye has the eye primer. The left side eye does not. And the reasons for using eye primer are evening out the skin tone on your eyelid, helping your eyeshadow colors look more vibrant, and helping your eyeshadow last longer. Hi, Leanne. Good morning. Thanks for hopping on. I know, I missed you too. It's been a while. All right, so then I'm just taking a clean eyeshadow brush. This has nothing on it, and I'm just blending it out. So do you see how without the eye primer, you're not getting a smooth, even blend? But over here, everything looks a lot nicer. So I'm going to peel these off the bottom so you can get the full effect. So I recommend eye primer every time you wear eyeshadow, not just with specific eyeshadows, but every time. You're going to get a better eyeshadow look with using the eye primer. Okay? This is the side with the eye primer. This is the side without. Please tell me if you see the difference. Eye primer helps with so many things. What palette did you use? So I used just the Mirage palette. I used this shade here for the transition, this in the outer corner, and then I took the highlight powder from the Infinite palette and popped it on in the inner corner. I've already done my face makeup, so now I'm going to do some concealer underneath. And Leanne brings up a good point. The eye primer can do other things too. I have seen people use it under their eyes for dark circles. I have personally used it on makeup clients. I'm gonna go take this off now and make it match. But I have used it on makeup clients who have really bad acne. It's a great acne or blemish cover up. You just put it on before you put the foundation on, and just make sure that you, tap it in with your finger so that it melts into the skin, and then put the foundation over it. And I had a prom girl in my chair back in I think it was April, that had severe acne, and I used the eye primer, and then once we did her makeup, you could not even see her acne. So there's other uses for it as well. Leanne says use it as your concealer for your skin. Yes, I've heard of people doing that. Yep. All right, so now again, I'm going to set it. You want to make sure that you set it with either a setting powder, or you can use like a vanilla shade of eyeshadow. So for example, if I didn't have my eyeshadow, my translucent powder, I'm going to recommend transparent setting powder first. But if you don't have it with you, you could just use a shade like this from your eyeshadows to do that. So I have to take my friend to the airport in 4 minutes. So I'm going to hurry through this eye, and I may just have to do the concealer and mascara when I get back. So we're just doing our transition shade. And then what I did was I actually used my finger with the darker shade. Hi, Amanda. Good morning. Thanks for watching. And I just applied it like so. We're going to blend it out in a moment. But just look how nicely it blends when you have the eyeshadow primer on. It's makes such a difference. Such a huge difference. So those are the reasons you want to use eye primer. And anytime somebody buys eyeshadow from me, I always recommend that you buy an eye primer. And it's not just because I'm trying to get you to spend more money. It's because I truly care about how you're going to perceive your makeup and the products, the quality, and you're going to get a better look when you use the eye primer. So just trying to help you get the most out of your products. There we go. So once I have the concealer on, everything is going to pop, and might as well go ahead and do it. I've got a couple minutes left. Here, let's go ahead and do the concealer. I'm just going to put a dot here and a dot here. And then I'm just going to tap it in. I've already done my cream contour and my liquid blush, so I feel like the concealer is kind of the last step with the face other than powders or setting sprays. So I'm gonna tap it in with a brush first. Then I like to press it in with my finger. Again, the warmth from your finger is gonna melt that into the skin. And then I'm going to use my dampened beauty sponge. Thanks, Leanne. I actually will not be at convention, so I will not see you in Miami at convention. But I'll see you. I'll see you at some point. Thanks for hopping on. So if you had any questions about eye primer, I hope this answered them. If not, let me know. You can comment here or you can private message me. If you have any further questions, but I hope you guys have a great Monday. I am going to finish off camera real quick because I've got to go take my friend to the airport, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.